Hello, my name is Naomi Lopez, and I'm going to talk about our two first reading exercise. First of all, I'm going to talk about reading for research. Well, reading is an important part of studying and an essential part of the research process. Feeling overwhelmed by your reading list, but well, for this you can try the following approach that I'm going to mention and learn which strategies and techniques you can use. First of all, you need to discover the way that work best for you and make reading more effective and enjoyable. There there are like a pile of publication. How do you tackle is as effective as possible? Well, the good news is that you don't have to read all of them from the beginning until the end. You just need to focus your attention in the next steps that I'm going to talk about. First of all, is decide how much time you have. Then is superficial scan of the information. Then we have some in on the useful information. That's mean that it's not all the information in which you are going to focus your attention, just in the most important that is going to help you in the research. Then you can ask yourself a question about the topic. And the last one is take notes. Well, now I'm going to talk about one by one of these steps that I mentioned. Decide how much time you have. Well, if your paper has to be in I don't know, by next week, you might only have half a day for background reading. Be realistic about how much you can read in the time available. That means that if you know that you need to write the report as soon as possible, you can start reading a lot of documents about the topic. No, you have to just focus your attention in the most important documents to write the paper. Superficial scan of the information. For a book, scan the cover, title, table of contents, quickly browse for illustrations. For a journal article, look at the title, abstract, and paragraph headings. Highlight or take note of interesting or important section. Well, this means that when you're reading some document to write a report, you you have to watch at the same time the covers, titles, table contents, because that have a lot of information that you can use to write the report. Then we have be critical about what you read and ask yourself questions such as how does the author know this, and does he give any scientific evidence? Do I agree with the author? Do I understand the methodology, reasoning, and evidence? And the last one that I mentioned was take notes. In this, you have to think about the purpose of the reading. Take notes about how you can use the information in your paper. When taking notes, link them to the document or reference of the source to make sure you can find it back later. Also, your own words in order to avoid potential plagiarism. You can take notes about what does the author say and where, because in that way, then when you start writing your report, you can find it and take that information to use it. Other notes that you can take is, do I agree about a specific item of the document? And the last one is, which other publication does the author agree or disagree with? This is a very important part because in some documents, some authors mention like other documents and other authors that they are agree because they talk about the same topic, because they are talking about the same topic. And That means that you can have another source to find information and to use it to write your report. Okay, the next topic that I'm going to talk about is about the reading exercise number 2, that is reading for research agriculture. In this report, I'm gonna focus I'm going to talk about poultry production in North Carolina. Well, North Carolina is recognized by their economic basis in the agriculture branch, which is poultry. The author shows through analysis and statistics this state has been expanded since 1993 until today. The industry of poultry in North Carolina has increased in the has has been heightened in the last years. Broiler production expanded from 1.1 billion pounds to more than 3.1 billion pounds. That means a 200 250% increase in live birth weight. Poultry production increased annually in every part of the world because of the immense demand this product has. Talking especially about North Carolina, it has been significant and abundant with broilers, turkey, and eggs production. North Carolina is a national leader in the production of both broiler and turkey, ranking first in turkey production and fourth in broiler production in 1993. This is according uh, um, this is according book written by Wayne. This project is not only a representation of the earnings of owners, but for employees given effects and overall incomes and employment. The objective is to reduce the importance of poultry industry in economy and social levels with the impact in production and processing of poultry in North Carolina through census, statistics, service, and input-output analysis that determine the estimation of the production's value, economy impacts, and time of consumers recognizing North Carolina is stable to this business. Thank you.